Hey there, have you ever gotten angry and lost your temper? Have you ever wondered if these are a sin? Stick around and we're going to try to answer that question together on our fourth Chat with Mom. Welcome to marysfingerprint.com, and today's question is it a sin to lose my temper and be angry? You know, when I saw this, I thought there's really two questions here. The first part, is it a sin to be angry? And the second part, is it a sin to lose my temper? Well, I'm sure you're aware or you've heard that Jesus got angry. And we're going to look at that in a minute. But would it be possible for us to get angry if God had not created emotions within us? I mean, He created the emotions of happiness and joy and fear and others. And one of the emotions that He created was anger. And so we get angry, but is it a sin to be angry? Let's go take a look at why Jesus got angry, and we're going to try to come up with a biblical answer to this question. So we're going to start out in the book of John, chapter 2, verse 13 to verse 15. John 2, verse 13 to 15. When it was almost time for the Jewish Passover, Jesus went up to Jerusalem. In the temple courts, He found men selling cattle, sheep, and doves, and others sitting at the tables, exchanging money. So he made a whip out of cords, and drove all from the temple area, both sheep and cattle. He scattered the coins of the money changers and overturned their tables. And to those who sold doves, He said, "Get these out of here. How dare you turn my Father's house into a market?" Wow, there's a lot there. But let's go back and let's figure out what was going on. So if you remember when the Israelites were in bondage in the land of Egypt, there were many plagues that came upon the land. And the final plague was going to be to kill the firstborn male in every household. But the Spirit of God, or the spirit of death, was going to pass over those homes that had blood of an animal painted over their doorposts. And so that's why it became known as the Passover. So here at this time in Scripture, what we just read is that these people were going to the temple to worship God in remembrance for what God had done for their ancestors many years ago. And Jesus finds these people outside in the temple courts trying to profit from the other people that they would be encountering coming there to worship. And He becomes very angry because of the lack of respect and honor that these men were giving to a holy God, who was Jesus' father. And He becomes angry. And so he basically drives them out, and He says, "Get out of here. And how dare you?" You can almost hear the righteous indignation in His voice. "How dare you turn my Father's house into a den of thieves?" And what is righteous indignation? We hear that all the time. What exactly does that mean? Well, it's sort of a sense of injustice that he felt. He felt that God had done so much, and these people were just belittling in a way and trying to make money off of what God did in delivering them and their ancestors from bondage. And so he was righteously indignant. But did he sin in that? No, he did not. Sin comes when we act upon our anger in such a way that it causes us to lose control of our mind or ourselves or our physical bodies. I want to take a look at the root cause of anger. Let's take a look over in the book of James, and we are going to go to James chapter 4, verse 1. And it says this: "What causes fights and quarrels among you? Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? You want something, but you don't get it. You kill and you covet, but you cannot have what you want. You quarrel and you fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. So here's the root of the problem with losing our temper and actually giving full vent to our anger. The root of the problem is it is something inside of us, not something that somebody has done to us, said to us. It is something inside of us that is a root cause. We want something we can't have. Picture a 2-year-old child and you're in the store, and as a mom, I understand this. You're in the store and you're getting ready to check out, and of course they have that candy right next to you, and you have a couple little children with you and they want the candy, and you know that's not a really good thing for them at this time, and you say no. And what happens when you say no to a 2-year-old? Well, they begin to fuss and scream and do whatever they can. They want something, and so they begin to have a fit over it. This is the picture that I want you to impress upon your mind when you are fighting and quarreling. It is coming from within you because you desire something you want. You cannot have it. So okay, we understand the root cause of that. But let's go look at some Proverbs, which is one of my favorite books. And let's go look at Proverbs chapter 29, verse 11. And it says this: a fool, I'm going to repeat that, a fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man keeps himself under control. So if you are angry, it's okay. If you're now giving full vent or exploding, blowing up, becoming irrational, the Bible's making you equivalent to a fool. Let's go back a few more chapters in the book of Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 14, verse 29. And this says this: a patient man has great understanding, but a quick-tempered man displays folly. What is folly? Foolishness. So patience is equated to understanding, great understanding. Quick-tempered to foolishness. So, okay, how then should we behave? Okay, we know it's not a sin to be angry. We do know it is a sin to give full vent to our anger. How then should we behave? So let's take a look over at the book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 22 through 25. And it says this: but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Did you find the word anger in there anywhere? Did you find the word temper? Did you find the word hatred and bitterness? No. The fruits, just like fruits growing on a tree, a peach tree is going to give, its fruit is going to be peaches. You're not going to go over to a peach tree and find apples. So if you are a Christian and you have the Spirit of God living in you, the things that should be fruit for you, growing out of you, should be love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and listen to the last one, self-control. And finally, one more scripture, and thank you for jumping around with me so much today. But the book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 8, says this: but now you must rid yourself of all such things as these: anger, rage, malice, slander, and filthy language from your lips. Get rid of them. Make them disappear. They are not a good fruit of the Spirit. So I hope I have given you some insight into your question: is it a sin to be angry and to lose my temper? Thank you for your question. Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video with anybody you think might benefit from it. take a time to go to our website, marysfingerprint.com, and follow us on our blog where we are going through the book of Genesis. And thanks. I will see you guys next time. Go out and have yourself a great day. God bless.